What was the first human tool? It is one of the most important questions in human history, and the answer is not what you think. Most people say a stone, a sharp piece of rock used to cut, scrape, and hunt. The Oldowan stone tool, named after Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, 2.6 million years old. The first stone tools we have found are about 3.3 million years old. That is older than Homo sapiens, older than Homo erectus, made by an earlier hominin found in Kenya, the Lomekwi site, predating even our own species, made by a hominin whose name we do not yet know for certain. So, stone tools, that is the answer, or so it seems, except there is always an except. Stone tools are the first tools we can find. That is not the same as the first tools that existed. The archaeological record shows us what survived, not what existed. Most tools decompose. Wood rots, bone dissolves, leaves vanish. The materials that lasted millions of years to be found by archaeologists are almost entirely stone. Only stone lasts millions of years. So what came before stone tools? The organic toolkit. The things that leave no trace. Sticks, leaves, bark, thorns, animal bones. All of these were almost certainly used as tools long before stone was shaped, for hundreds of thousands of years before the first shaped stone. We know this because chimpanzees use tools today. They use sticks to fish termites from mounds. They trim the sticks first, remove the leaves, select the right diameter. They use rocks to crack nuts on flat anvil stones with hammer stones, selecting the right weight and shape. They use leaves as sponges to drink water. They modify their tools. They choose them carefully. They pass the skill to their young. This is culture, not instinct, not genetics, culture. If our closest living relative does this, our common ancestor almost certainly did too. The common ancestor of humans and chimpanzees lived roughly 6 to 7 million years ago. So the first organic tools came before the first stone tools. But organic tools are just one step back from the real first tool, probably by hundreds of thousands of years, perhaps by millions. But now the question gets really interesting. Because if the tool was the idea, then how old is the idea? Because a stick used to dig is a tool. But what made it a tool? Not the stick itself. The stick existed before it was used. The stick was a stick. The tool was the thought that turned the stick into an instrument. What made it a tool was the idea. The single most important idea in human history. The idea that this object could be used for that purpose. This is the definition of instrumental reasoning, and it is one of the rarest things in nature. Intentional, directed, goal-oriented. This is cognition at work. The idea of using a stick to reach termites in a mound. Someone looked at a termite mound and thought, there is food inside. I cannot reach it. What can I reach with? The idea of using a stone as a hammer. Someone held two stones and thought, if I hit this stone with that one, what happens? The first tool was not a stone or a stick. It was not any physical object at all. The first tool was an idea. Specifically, the idea that an external object can extend your capabilities. The idea of using something for a purpose it was not designed for. That is the root of all technology. Everything humans have ever built starts there, from the first trimmed stick to the last microchip. The wheel, the plow, the computer, the phone in your pocket. Separated by millions of years, united by the same root idea. All of it started with the idea that an object could be pressed into service for a purpose. One idea, millions of applications across millions of years. The first human to pick up a stick and think, I can use this. Not accidentally touch it, not react to it, but deliberately see it as a means to an end. That moment was the beginning of everything, of cities and vaccines and symphonies and space travel. All of it, That one moment. Every piece of technology that exists today is a direct descendant of that moment, a direct, unbroken lineage, from a stick used to reach termites to a phone that reaches the world. Every inventor since has been doing the same thing, seeing an object, seeing a purpose, making a tool.
But here is what makes humans genuinely different from chimpanzees. Chimpanzees use tools, but they do not make tools to make other tools. A stone knife can be used to make a wooden spear. Only humans do this. They do not plan tool use for future situations they have not encountered yet, and they do not share tool knowledge across groups and generations at scale. A chimp learns from its mother, but the knowledge rarely spreads beyond the immediate group. Humans do all three, and this changes everything. It means human tool use compounds. Each generation does not start from scratch, because when tool knowledge is shared and built upon, it accumulates. Each generation is not starting over, it is starting ahead. Each generation inherits the tools of the previous and improves them. This is what makes human technology unlike anything in the animal world. This cumulative cultural evolution is one of the most powerful forces in history. It is why humans live in cities and chimpanzees still live in forests. More powerful than natural selection in shaping recent human behavior. No other species has it. This is what separates human technology from every other animal's tool use.
And here is the twist. We tend to think of tools as physical objects, as things that fit in a hand or a pocket or a workshop, as things you can hold, swing, use. But the most powerful human tool is not physical. It never was. Language is a tool so powerful it made all other tools transmissible across time and space. The most powerful human tool humans have ever created, bar none. A tool for transmitting ideas, for coordinating action, for storing knowledge. No physical tool comes close to language in raw, transformative power. Mathematics is a tool for describing and manipulating patterns in the world that no physical tool can touch. Writing is a tool, perhaps the most powerful knowledge preservation technology humans have ever invented. Stories are tools, music is a tool, ritual is a tool, each one serving a purpose that nothing else can serve as well. Every human abstraction that serves a purpose is a tool. Money, law, religion, political systems, all tools. And this started the moment the first creature looked at a stick and thought, I can use this. That thought was the most consequential thought in the history of life on Earth. That idea, the idea of the tool, was the first human tool. And it is the only tool that makes all other tools possible. And everything since has been that idea applied to new materials. 3.3 million years of the same idea, applied to an ever-expanding range of materials and problems.
Subscribe. Every day we dig up one piece of the ancient human story.